Organizations should establish project management standards. 1. Institutions that routinely complete multiple projects should establish project management offices to coordinate project activities. Standards should be in place to address general project activities such as project request, review, and approval processes, project management methodology selections, and project reporting and documentation requirements. Standards should also address the specific requirements of individual projects. For example, standards relating to software development projects should include, among other things, application design, programming, and testing requirements. Project management standards should be commensurate with organizational and project characteristics and risks. The standards should be sufficiently detailed to ensure team members can identify project objectives and expectations. Clearly defined expectations are a prerequisite for successfully completing projects and obtaining buy-in throughout an organization. The standards should require representatives from all departments involved in, or affected by, a project to assist in defining functional requirements and project deliverables. Organizations that need to coordinate multiple projects should establish standards for coordinating and managing the projects from an organization-wide perspective. The standards should include procedures for project prioritizing, resource coordination, progress reporting, stale project resolution, etc. Organizations should establish configuration management standards. Configuration management involves controlling project component changes in order to minimize project disruptions and ensure original objectives are addressed. Configuration management standards should require the identification of baseline configurations, original versions, of hardware, software, services, documentation, and project management plans. Standards should also be in place to ensure all changes to baseline versions are evaluated, approved, documented, and disseminated. Refer to the maintenance section for additional configuration management details. Quality assurance is a critical part of well-managed development and acquisition projects. Comprehensive quality assurance, risk management, and testing standards provide the best means to manage project risks and ensure software includes expected functionality, security, and operability. Quality assurance procedures should be applied to internally and externally developed programs. Organizations should establish risk management standards and procedures for all complex or mission-critical projects. Risk management activities, which are sometimes included within quality assurance programs, should include procedures for identifying and managing internal and external project risks. The procedures should be designed to ensure internal and external project risks are identified and assessed, reported and monitored, and appropriately managed. Managing identified risks requires organizations to develop strategies regarding risk acceptance, mitigation, transfer, or a combination of these. For example, a mitigation strategy to address risks involved with initiating projects having a high number of functional requirements might be to review the project scope and eliminate any unnecessary functional requirements. Transferring an identified risk, such as natural disasters, might be accomplished by acquiring insurance policies. Structured project management techniques provide ways to reduce project risks. However, project management differs from risk management. Project management focuses on controlling project activities as opposed to project risks. For example, project management procedures, in a software development project, involve scheduling programmers to script programs. Risk management procedures would involve establishing contingency plans in case several programmers quit in the middle of a project. Similarly, project management procedures, in an acquisition project, involve assessing a vendor's financial stability. Risk management procedures would involve reviewing the accuracy of the assessment and establishing contingency plans in case the vendor fails to meet its obligations. Management should establish testing standards that require the use of predefined, comprehensive test plans, end-user involvement, and documented test results. Additionally, testing standards should prohibit testing in production environments or with live data. If copies of live, customer, data are used during tests, management should ensure that appropriate standards exist to protect the confidentiality of that data. Management can use test data generators, which are software applications that generate representative testing data based upon predefined parameters, to develop appropriate testing data. Numerous automated applications are also available that test program logic, functional operability, and network interoperability. Organizations should establish appropriate documentation standards. Documentation consists of detailed descriptions and explanations of technology applications, systems, and procedures. Documentation enhances a user's ability to use, review, or modify the applications, systems, and procedures. Management should maintain documentation for all technology resources, including non-technical policy and procedural guidance, and technical information such as hardware and software configurations, and system and application source codes. The quality and quantity of the documentation should be commensurate with the characteristics and risks of the associated resource. For example, high-risk applications should be more formally documented than applications that are considered low-risk by the organization. Development and acquisition project documentation should include project requests, feasibility studies, project plans, testing plans, etc. System documentation, which focuses on system analysis and design, should include system concept narratives, data flow charts, and database specifications. Application documentation should include application descriptions, programming flowcharts, and operations and user instructions.